Hey guys, Eric here with a really quick unplanned video. This certainly wasn't something that I was even planning on shooting, but I had this guitar sitting out here today. It's a Yamaha Pacifica. Hopefully you can see it a little bit. Yamaha Pacifica 921. I did a Helix Hour show today, and I had a guest on the show, Nick Rush from South Africa. Amazing guitarist. He's a Marshall artist, or Marshall endorsee for South Africa. He's a Line 6 artist and Yamaha guitars artist. So I had this one sitting out just to show him. And we had a couple of technical difficulties on the show today, and I had it sitting on a stand here. I was going to show them, and you get discombobulated with technical difficulties and things like that. So you kind of forget about some of the things that aren't as important. I wasn't going to show them, wasn't going to worry about the guitar. I was more worried about what was going on over here. So as the show wraps up, it was a fun show. Everything worked out really good. I think one of our better shows. I was kind of moving some gear around, and I still had the guitar sitting here on the stand. I was like, oh, let's pick that up. And for some reason, I didn't just pick it up and put it back on the stand behind me. I picked it up and I played it for a minute. Now, I got to tell you a little bit, a very quick story on this, and I'll tell you where we're going with it. So this was a guitar I won back in 1991 in a Guitar Wars contest here in Canada. It was first prize, and I was lucky enough to win it. I never thought I would, but I did. And it's a shred, an actual shred demon. It's as far as I know, it is a swamp ash body, or no, alder body, I believe it is. Is it alder? I forget now. I totally forget. I want to say it's an alder body, but then again, I'm thinking strongly it's swamp ash. It's hard to tell because it's got a nice perloid color over top of it. I want to go with swamp ash. That's what we're going to probably say for now. 3 humbuckers in it, even though it looks like it's a single coil in the middle. It is a stacked, it's the Yngwie Malmsteen pickup in the middle. So DiMarzio pickups throughout, 5-way switch, licensed Floyd. An incredible thin neck on it, fat, like it's fat profile but thin, kind of like an Ibanez in a way. And I'll tell you why it's like an Ibanez. Warmoth neck, jumbo frets, 22 frets, beautiful cutaway in the back. That's the Rich Lasner cutaway. I think he was one of the main luthiers at Ibanez. Went to Yamaha. I really hodgepodge. This was long before I knew about Futone's noiseless springs. So that's a piece of foam in there to stop the whammy bar from creaking, or the springs from creaking. An absolute beautiful guitar. So what I'm going to do with it is, after I picked it up and found out how good it still plays, and we're talking rusty strings. The guitar was completely out of tune, far out of tune, and rusty. It's like I should be actually going to get a shot right now. I'm surprised I don't have tetanus from playing these things. But and some scratchy pots. Okay, there's some scratchy pots. That's easy to take care of. So this week is a project for me. I'm going to give this thing the TLC that it needs. It plays like $1 million in the worst condition it could possibly be. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we give it some love. So I'm just going to play just a couple little riffs to show you in its condition right now. And I mean, it might look pretty good on the camera, but here in the room, she's a mess. It looks like a homeless dog. Really, that's what it looks like. And we're going to give it the love that it deserves, and see what she sounds like and looks like after I do a little bit of pimping it out a little bit, and we'll see what we can do with it. So let's turn off my microphone from. I'll just play a couple little riffs and just kind of show you what she sounds like right now. there we go. A little scratchy, a little dirty, but man, oh man, it brought back memories. And I traded this guitar. Here's the last part of the story. I traded this guitar in for a USA PV Wolfgang, which this really nice Diodac Ghost Guitars light is modeled after. You could probably see the PV behind me somewhere. No, you can't. It's hidden off to the side. But anyways, I traded it in for a USA PV Wolfgang. And then years later, about 6 years later, this guitar was used again in a music store. I bought it back. It's the exact model. It wasn't just like the guitar I had. It is the guitar I had. So I got it back, and I love this guitar. Something happened today that made me pick up this guitar. I was just going to show it to my guest Nick on the show, and I was about to put it back on the stand, back with the other guitars, because some of the guitars don't get played as much here. But there's a story. There's something magical happened today. I just wanted to share it with you. And I hope that you have magical moments with your guitars too. Please comment in the comments down below if you've ever had an opportunity like that, or a situation where a guitar just spoke to you, said, pick me up and play me. Maybe one that you haven't given some love in a real long time. And I'd love to hear your stories down below, and we'll share some further comments with it. But watch for an update later on this week. This is really, really cool. And I thought I'd share it with you guys and girls first, because you're very important to me. We will talk to you very soon. And I hope you enjoyed this quick impromptu video. Talk to you next time. Cheers.